Welcome, witches. Hopefully, you've all been having a lovely week. Did you miss us?
I did.
Oh, we have
I missed you
Shar.
too.
Hello! I'm so jazzed to be back. I missed
Yay.
everybody.
Oh, I'm sure your bestie misses you too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we're all back together. But, it's also a little sad because it is our grand finale. So yeah, before we get into that though, of course, we do have some announcements and things of that sort. So thank you for coming in to tune into our finale episode. We would like to thank our sponsor first and foremost for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you, Roll20, for being fabulous. If you've ever been curious about how we do our rolls, how we do all the magical map stuff that we've done in the past, Roll20 is how we do it. So if you are looking for a space that you can do tabletop action with your friends, it is very, very handy. And it doesn't have to just be dice rolling. It could be doing card games, all kinds of things. And we do want to remind you all that we have our Santa RPG show tomorrow, Sunday, December 18th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be a crazy one. If you've ever been interested in seeing an anime set in the North Pole, well, here it is for you. It's going to be excellent. And we hope that you all have a happy holiday. So to kick things, or to end the year, that is what we're going to be doing. And Bentham Plays, Shar will be with us, B, and also Cobalt. And we hope that you enjoy whatever madness occurs. The Legend Cheer did their game. They accomplished all their goals. And it was chaos, but it was good. And of course, Episode 2 of Shadows of Sybil will be happening today, and we'll be raiding into that. So if you are looking for a whole day of entertainment, not only this, you'll also get a little VTM action right after this. And of course, look at how awesome that art looks. Dakota looks amazing. So we hope that you guys are amped up for that. And as well as, we'd like to thank our supporter for today, which is the Spooky Friends. Apparently they've been talking to Bentham, not just the Wicked Witch. But of course, if you would like to be a supporter like the Spooky Friends, you could head on over to our Patreon and become a Legend tier or above and support a show, be part of a private game like the Santa RPG game that just happened. And of course, we have our character summary video out now on our Patreon for the Santa RPG characters. So if you're curious what the cast is playing, definitely go check that out. There's some really weird ones. Shar is totally an elf. Totally. Not out of this world. It's fine. And of course, we do have our holiday surprise. If you get in super quick, you might still be able to sneak into the list. I know that we did have a cutoff time already, but we haven't quite sent them out. The art should be coming. I think we got the final art today, so we will be sending it out here shortly. So if you're watching this live right now, you might be able to finagle your way in if you quickly go sign up right now. And of course, we're going to do a live after show today. Normally, those are Patreon rewards, but today it will be live. So if you have questions, things, thoughts, definitely prepare those. If they don't get answered here, we can answer them in the after show. Like, sit here, who do you like? And of course, right here on Twitch, you can subscribe to us so you get access to emotes and VODs in advance. And if you're a YouTube member, you get access to some of those emotes as well. And if you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a patron, you get access to our private Discord where there has been lots of chatter. So we hope that you've been enjoying that. And of course, not everyone can support us in a monetary way, and that is okay. Take care of you and yours first and foremost, but there's a lot of free ways to support us, like watching here live, making clips. Oh my gosh, please make clips. I kind of want to do like a montage clip. Probably it's going to be a lot of Allegory asking if he can use his delicate eyes, but it's okay. And of course, you can watch us over on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment, and also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Like, share, retweet, and comment in those spaces. Just share the world, share with the world the amazing stories that we have. And of course, this year we have so much more planned, or not this year, next year. Oof. In 2023, we have so much more planned, so stay tuned because we will be sharing some of those early in the next year. So we hope that you are all excited about the stuff that's coming. And with that, we will begin today's episode, the grand finale. we start things off with our message from our lovely Wicked Witch on Hexagram. There's a little hexagram message with the big winter wonderland dance kind of like imagery, and it's like sparkling on the page. And she writes, Witches of Grimrose Academy, I hope everyone has their date lined up. Tomorrow's the big dance, and we still haven't heard who Persephone is going with. Her and V have been getting pretty close, so maybe they're doing a girls' night. Spotted out near the Whispering Wilds, Zahir and Allegory. Whispers have it that the two of them might be going to the dance together. I suppose Zahir's chosen his match after all. Now, all that's left is catching a glimpse of what everyone's wearing. Hopefully no one comes in the same outfit. That'd be a shame. I'll be on the lookout for the best dressed. So, if you want to be featured, dress to impress, witches. Hexo, hexo, Wicked Witch. And with that, our scene fades to black. And we come back to a camera panning through a corridor of a tower in the bottom. It's wet and damp and the stone is broken. There are little bits of cracks that you can kind of see outside where the cold, snowy ice is kind of peeking in. And you can see little sparkles almost in those light rays of the snow falling down in dust. We pan up the stairway where we can see a group of witches standing around a giant darkened vine that has now had this big contraption exploded. What once used to be probably tubes and glass and things of that sort has now shattered and is in pieces. There's a table there with what remnants are left of it, and the vine itself has stopped pulsating. It's staying still. It's still darkened and black, but it's no longer pulsating like it was when this device that was suctioning something out of it was pulling it into these weird contraptions. And we see the entire group of witches here, except for Bellspree. I'll give you guys a moment to have a conversation.
What is that thing doing?
Well, it's not doing it anymore, so hopefully that's a good thing.
I don't know, but you all heard that from up, right? That wasn't just me.
No, there's something.
Well, I mean, something did explode, so it would make sense that rumblings would happen.
Can I go up to the table where it was like siphoning whatever and like see what it was pulling out of the vine?
Yeah. You go up to the table to inspect what is there. It looks like there's some kind of sap that's being pulled out of the tree. And maybe this contraption might have been kind of pulling that out and doing something with it. Not just using the sap itself, but doing some kind of something. Now the contraption is no longer, this device is no longer working. So you can't really tell that, maybe from what it looks like. So you might have to make a roll if you're really trying to decipher what it was specifically doing. But you can tell that it was siphoning whatever it was, doing something with it, and then putting it into these vials. And now that you kind of like look around and maybe turn and see that there is a shelf on the other side, kind of in the back, and there's a whole row of these vials that have been kind of sitting there. And the vials themselves look kind of dark and purpley, and they have like little bits of something moving in them.
I would turn around and point at the vials, but then I'd look at Allegory. Do you know what this is?
If I were to guess, just based off of the tree, it's sap mixed with something.
Yeah, but like, do you know what kind of sap? Or like what it could be used for, maybe?
Maybe.
I mean, the sap is from the tree, right? That's why it was dying.
Well, I think it probably accelerated death. I don't know if it was actually dying. I wonder if it was doing this while it was actually immortal, because then if it was immortal, it probably harvesting something more powerful. But now that it's killing the tree, it possibly was something that they needed beforehand and then continued because they needed it or wanted it and it was powerful. And so then it killed the tree. Hopefully the tree's not dead yet. Gwillem, you should go send that letter thing that Zahir gave you. Also, do you want to find out what it is, or do we want to go upstairs where the loud noise?
All right. Do you want me to go now?
Oh, yeah, but be safe. I don't know what's out there.
All right.
Don't be
Be
afraid
safe.
to hurt somebody if necessary, but make sure you know they're bad before you do it.
How will I know if they're bad?
Just
If
try
they-
sneaking.
If they try to hurt you.
Okay. I will sneak. I will hurt people if they're bad. If they hurt me. Okay. Sneak in, sneak in, sneak in.
And Gwillem will kind of roll down the stairs, which is like his favorite thing to do, is roll down inclines. So he's just like, this is the best thing. And you just hear, whee! Well, all of you except for Persephone hear that. And Gwillem goes rushing down the stairs. And Zahir, once Gwillem kind of leaves down there, I'll agree, you can still kind of hear a little bit of the inner thoughts of Gwillem, but Zahir, you no longer hear that anymore as your spell fades. And the four of you are left there, but upstairs, you can hear the walls kind of shaking and a loud sound.
No more time for thinking. I'm gonna go up, and I
A
start like rush up the
grumbling
stairs.
emanates down, echoing through the tower.
I run up the stairs.
That sounds like a monster. Don't go up there.
Zahir runs up the stairs, Allegory trying to persuade his friend to come back. What do you two do, or three do?
Somebody grab one of the vials. I'm going after Zahir. And I'm gonna shift so I can boop after him a little faster.
All right, mark up your
I'll mark
shift
that on
2
my
or 3.
sheet.
And let me know whenever you're trying to unshift.
Okay.
You rush up, and you are able to catch up with Zahir because you're going way faster now in your wolf form. What are the two of you doing, Violet and Allegory, as you see this shift in Persephone, and she shouts to grab a vial?
I'm just gonna instinctively grab maybe a handful of vials if they're not too big. Just because I'm like,
Yeah.
well, might as well grab a few and then just run up after them.
Are you just carrying a few of them, or are you just shoving them into like your pocket in your cloak?
I don't think I got time to put it in my cloak, so I'm just gonna like kind of have fistfuls of
How many do you think you're grabbing in each hand? They're like long vials like this, like
Realistically-
stopper tubes.
Because I don't want to break them. Probably like 2 in one hand, 3 in the other.
Yeah, you got 5 of them. You're just running up the stairs with. Allegory, what are you doing?
Well, it's just me now. I'm gonna figure out what this is because I should do that quickly and then get after them.
Okay. As you're examining this device and trying to figure it out, how are you going about that?
I mean, I'm using my knowledge of plants to understand how the sap would work, and I would probably use wash away concealment.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Sure. Let me look at wash away. Can you paste wash away concealment in chat again? Just so we can take a look-see at it. There we go.
Trying to basically repurpose a spell as opposed to writing a new spell.
Yeah. Unearth the secret buried away. Sure. I think that will work. You'll get something
Okay.
from it.
Yeah, because I was thinking of a spell called Nature's Alchemy, but that would have taken time to write.
You could do nature's alchemy too, and make a new spell. Whichever one you prefer. And the beauty of this game is that you can make a spell at any time, which is fun.
All right, I will make the spell, but if you want to go to the other group while I do that.
Yeah, sure. We're actually going to pan to Bellspree. You are arriving at the school in, of course, Empress fashion. What does it look like as you enter? What is your entrance like?
Today I've got Shadow leading the way, and he's dressed with because we got one of our gifts from the last episode I was on was the shape-shifting outfit for him. So today he's got like a glittery blue bow tie around his neck and some like fancy tassels attached to its tail as they like slink down the steps of our carriage. And as I follow behind, well, of course, we got to be fabulous. And as I follow behind, Bellspree is wearing a black dress that has a few like silver thin lines going down. Their hair is the same curly mess it always is, with a black ribbon around it. And she's carrying two boutonnieres in magically encased plastic boxes that are matching as I head down the pathway.
Yeah, and there are students who are all kind of lined up watching. They're very excited for you to be here, and some of them kind of wave at you as you enter, excited to see you. And the dean is right there at the end from the entrance.
Thank you for meeting with me. I'm so excited for the dance.
We are very excited to have you join us. We'll get you settled and then we can talk.
Excellent.
Perfect. And the dean walks forward very confidently, kind of shifts into a smile. But for a moment, if anyone was really perceptive, they'd notice the worry perhaps on her face as she says to Bellspree that they will have a chat after she's set up. Bellspree, you find yourself in a room that is quite elegant. This room has been a room that you were in before. There are two chairs with this big like tapestry in the center of it that has what looks like maybe the previous empress, not Daya, the one before that. And then also there's another room with a huge bed, and there's like extra furniture in there. There's a place to put your clothes. There's like an armoire for like hanging stuff, and a little restroom of sorts that's in there. And the door kind of rotates magically to become like another room as well that you could use to like have your tea or something like that in.
I think I place down my two boxes on a side table as I head over to the washroom, get some cold water on my hands and splash my face and just look at myself in the mirror. You can do this. You've got this.
Of course you do. Are you worried?
Everything will be okay, right, Shadow?
Yes. Of course. You have a plan, right?
Well, it's more of a gut feeling, I think, but it'll work out.
What is the feeling?
Stress, anxiety, typical teen shit. But, no. We have to get into the Grim Tower. I think there's... Oh. And she scoops down to scoop up Shadow and hold it close to them in the bathroom.
Shadow purrs and nuzzles you.
You always fill me with such confidence.
Well, we are soulmates after all.
And I give chin scritchies.
Purrs loudly. You can feel the purr trembling on your chest as you're holding him close.
Okay, I guess we should speak with the dean, see if there are any updates.
Yes, I'm curious what she's learned.
I hope the tree is okay.
It doesn't look okay. Did you see the vines?
So dark.
Just as reported, darkness. I do like darkness.
I like darkness too, but only when you can see some light in it as well. I don't know. The nurturing spirits are not doing well, I think, from the way this tree is looking.
What did they tell you?
This is dark. Well, you like darkness, so good news for you, I guess.
I'm excited to hear it then.
I don't think it's very exciting. The nurturing spirits believe that something's been siphoning the life of the tree, so they've had to give their own arcane energy, but as you know, we only have so much to give. When we give it all, it's gone.
I don't like the idea of losing our powers.
Exactly. So we've got to find a way to stop whatever is siphoning the life from the tree.
All right.
And what about how cold it is outside? Did you see everything completely frozen? Much more early than normal.
It is too bright out there when the sun hits it. Sparkles in a way I don't like.
I was told by my guardians that the spirit of the seasons must have come early. People are thinking that this is going to be the harshest winter yet.
Well, then we must stock up.
True. Get ready for warm nights by the fires.
I like those.
Me too.
Well then, shall we?
Indeed.
And your batat flies up, spins around, and kind of follows you to the dean's office. We pan back to Allegry. What you doing?
He's grabbing a vial of the mixture, and he's going to cast a spell called Nature's Alchemy that uses magic to separate ingredients of the natural world that were mixed together in some sort of potion medicine, with the intent to discover the mixture's purpose and intended use.
Ooh, okay. Very specific spell. This will be a level 0.
Yes.
As it is a new one.
Brand new.
Brand new.
And he's
So what do
just like, well, I know how nature works, so maybe I can separate things. He's inventive.
Let's start at the top. Yeah, inventive. I would agree with that.
I mean, this is a circumstantial tranquil with everything going on around him. He's inquisitive. He likes wilderness. He has experience with the natural world because of his mother or his grandmother's garden. And he's a nurturing spirit. Those are the positives I have.
And then insecure is gonna squish
Knock
one of them.
down. Yep.
Circumstantial, you're gonna lose one.
Okay.
And that leaves you with 4.
Yep.
Can I
Let's see how all this
suggest
does.
one?
Sure. What are you
I
thinking?
mean, you're kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're kind of like iterating on a spell that Zahir taught you, right? Because you originally were going to consider Wash Away Concealment, but you turned into Nature's Alchemy. Does that mean maybe a +1 for being best friends? Huh?
I'll allow it. It is the finale. Giving season.
5.
Happy holidays, everyone.
All right. Here we go. 13
Ooh.
success.
13 success. All right, describe to us what this looks like as you cast this nature's alchemy.
So, with his gentle, delicate eyes focused intently on the vial, you see as things start to separate, the nature almost seems to come back alive and crawl itself out into separate piles on the floor or table, depending on where he is. I think it's on the table. And it's almost as if Allegri is giving some of his life force to allow the parts of the whole that are mixed together to crawl away and separate from each other in order for him to examine and see what's going on. It's almost like it's talking to him in a way too.
I like that. You feel this energy almost like it's talking to you, and you can see the sap kind of just like separating from the other ingredients. And the mixture that you've seen here is obviously the sap from the Elder Elm, combined with something you've never seen before. It looks almost like some kind of fluid that is white and has sprinkles of some kind of like magic inside of it, that's dark. And you get the feeling that this is something otherworldly, something from another realm. And as it uncombines and it kind of touches the oxygen from the world, it starts to like dissipate into almost like a steam. And you see it lightly kind of floating in the air, and then it dissipates.
Oh.
And the sap gets hardened, and it's almost still sticky to the touch, but hard. You get the intention that this was used to give something life, to keep something, to be drank, to prolong life of some sort. But it wouldn't work necessarily on like you and your friends per se, but it might work on something that doesn't have a body, like a spirit or
Something from another realm.
not something from another realm. Yeah.
Immediately he runs upstairs going, guys, get rid of the vials.
I'm just standing there holding them. Why?
Oh, he's probably a good bit behind you because
He's
he had to
very a
take
bit
time to do
behind.
this.
I don't
okay.
know if you'll hear him, but Violet, out of all the people that might hear him, you might still be able to hear him as you're rushing up the stairs following your companions who are much faster than you. One is a werewolf, one's fully in wolf form. They're the running people, you not so much. Let's see if you can hear. This will be just a normal roll since you're not like actively casting magic to hear. And we'll see if you hear what Allegri says, but otherwise you will run up the stairs with the vials in hand.
Okay. So just a flat D28.
Yes, but if you have anything that you think would help you, then we could add those.
I would say I'm insightful, so maybe I'm just kind of listening, always listening.
Yeah.
Resilient?
with
Sure.
that. Okay. I admire Allegri, so maybe I'm
Yeah.
You
because he's
admire
honest with
Allegri.
me and
because
came to
he
me with
important information.
important information, and this is
Yes,
important
you get a
information.
+2 for him for this specific
Okay.
thing.
Nice.
Also,
Consider it.
I don't think
Yeah.
consider it's necessarily going to help in this
Dang
situation,
it.
right? Like, does that make
I-
sense? I feel like it
yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm a Grimrose.
Yes.
kind of feel like
Grimrose will
that
give you
might be
bonus.
all.
And you're in the Grim Tower.
Okay, so 5.
And a -1 for being anxious. Or
Yeah.
wait, I don't know.
And alone?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not alone. You're surrounded.
You're not.
on
I
either
wouldn't
side.
consider this alone. You're in the tower with
Okay.
your
Yeah.
friends. You're kind of alone in like the stairway, but like, I don't think that's going to affect you because you're running towards your friends.
Suddenly
Okay.
the stairway is alone.
Yeah.
So 4. 13 success.
13. All right. And with the 13, describe to us what this is like as you hear the words that Allegory is shouting. Do you stop? Do you keep running?
I'm running up the stairs and I'm holding these vials. And they're clinking together because it's the glass and then my feet on the concrete. But I hear something that it's like a spidey sense where you hear someone's familiar voice in a crowd or in a very loud noise space. And so I just take a beat and something tells me to stop. So I stop and everything goes quiet, the glass, my feet on the ground, and then I can hear Allegory yelling. I'm not sure what Allegory is saying, but I can hear. And so I turn around and start to intently listen to what. Because Allegory, I feel like you don't yell that much.
Nope.
So this is something very different for Allegory. And so I definitely turn around and I'm going to try to wait for Allegory, but also figure out what he's saying.
Vials, they help possibly. What's up there?
Help it? Like what does that mean? I don't know what you mean. Should I smash the vials?
It gives something life.
Okay, I'm going to start putting them in my cloak now. Like put them close to me so that they're not out and kind of conceal them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grab Allegory's hand and then start running again. They're really fast.
I'm fast. Size matters.
As you're running up the stairs, you hear a loud rumble again.
Can you just like pick me up and carry me so we can get there faster?
I can try.
No problem.
Maybe
you pick.
just hop on my back.
Yeah, you piggyback ride on Allegory as you're running up the stairs. Zahir and Persephone, you make it up to the next floor. This floor looks like it is possibly some kind of office. It's a large room with a desk at the far end and a big chair. There's on both sides some kind of interesting tapestries that have kind of almost degraded over time. The desk and the chair have like cloth over it, so maybe somebody's been trying to keep it undusted. There was once probably this large train of carpet or rug of some sort leading up to this desk, but since now it's been kind of degraded and it doesn't look the greatest. You hear the rumbling continuing from up a few floors higher.
This is not good.
I just shake my head and start heading to go further up the tower.
Something about this place. You go ahead. I'll tell the others to follow you. I just need to figure out what... Hold on. Can I make up a spell?
Of course you can.
I would like to... It's almost like wash away concealment, but instead of washing away, concealment, I want to wash away the present. I want to see a past version of this place.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay,
Like
let
a
me...
peek into the past.
Yes.
I like it. As Zahir kind of begins casting a spell, Persephone, you go dashing up the stairs. How many stairs are you going to go up? Are you going to stop at any floors?
I'm going to keep going. I'm trying to find what the source of this is. I've slowed down a little bit because I realize I'm by myself and I don't know what I'm headed towards. So I'm trying to be a little more stealthy so it's not So like I'm gonna barrel into something.
Yeah. And you sent Dahlia to kind of go outside and look outside for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dahlia will, in your head, let you know.
I think Bellspree is here. I saw her carriage.
Tell her there's something up here. We don't know what it is yet, but we could probably use help, but be cautious.
All right, I'll see if I can find her. Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Dahlia will head off. Go ahead.
I have a new spell, Reflections of the Past.
All right.
Uses water and reflections to strip away the present and show a vision of this place in the past.
Sweet. See how that roll goes.
I love the fact that I've slowly turned this like orange rose into a rose about uncovering things, because I use my spells to like find ghosts and look in the past and stuff. It's great. I'm inquisitive, but I'm self-doubting. I think deep would count here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm susceptible. I don't think concealing would work in my favor here.
No.
But I don't think it works against me.
No.
I like archaeology. I like it covering the past.
Yes, I would allow it.
This is my favorite place, the Grim Tower.
Mm-hmm.
But only because it's feared, and that's not the vibe, I don't think, here.
This specific room, not so much, but the general gist of what's going on currently, possibly.
Yeah, it's very scary right now.
My spellbook is inscribed with wood and bound with string. I don't feel like those help much. So I feel like we've just got a... Oh, Orange Rose, 5. Because we are using tons of water here. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Critical success!
Ooh,
It's an 18.
critical
Nice.
success. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Don't know.
With that, when someone crits in this game, they also get to affect another coven. They get to give them a attribute or adjust an attribute that they have. But describe to us what happens as you cast the spell. What does it look like? And how does this feel as you're doing it? And then I will describe what you see.
So it starts off rather similar to Wash Away Concealment. I reach into this small, like, jug of water on my hip, flask of water. I take 2 drops and place them over my eyes. But then they start to tear and cry up. But unlike normal tears that blur one's vision, this almost blurs away the present. And seeing through my tears, I see a version of the past.
The water in your eyes kind of envelops them. And you see almost like, if you're looking underwater, it's like this wavy look, but you see something different as you pan your head around. The room itself, there's this illustrious purple rug that runs up. It's like a runner up to the chair. It looks like in this room there used to be some other furniture, 2 other chairs that are right up in front of this desk. The desk is immaculate, carved, and it's made out of this interesting black stone. And the chair is this giant chair with a purple plush cushion. And sitting in the chair is what looks like some kind of council member, possibly someone who is a Grimrose. They have a little emblem of the Grimrose on their, it's like a brooch of some sort next to their cloak. One side has like a different thing on it, and the other side has this emblem of a Grimrose on it. They're wearing a big hat that has a long pointy tendril at the end, and it slightly sways, almost like it has magic of its own. A pen on the desk is writing on its own without the hands of this witch. And it looks like, as you kind of look closer, you can see some kind of contract being written. And there are 2 other people sitting at the table across the desk. And they both look like they're part of maybe some other type of group. one is wearing similar Order of the Flames that you've seen when you talk to the Council of the Flames. And one of them is like a little fairy that is... You've seen images of this fairy before. They look a little mischievous to some extent. Like they look like they're grinning internally, but they're trying to hold it a little, yeah, I'm totally fine. But inside they're like, yes, sign the contract. And
Can I walk closer to get a glimpse of the contract itself?
yeah, you get a little closer, and the contract looks like it's written in another language. But as your eyes slowly kind of pay more attention to it, it starts writing a little bit more clearly. And it looks like some contract between the roses that is being drawn here. But the parchment looks a little off.
That's weird. What's it? What kind of parchment is it?
You've seen maybe some of these things being used more recently, and now these days people check for this, but there are spells that can be done on parchment itself where a contract is not exactly, or like the paper is not exactly what it looks to be.
I rub my eyes to get rid of the tears in front of my face. Is there any evidence of a contract here in the present?
You rub your eyes to get rid of it. And again, you're in this dusty room, and on top of the desk is this cloth laid on top of it.
I take off the cloth.
Take off the cloth, and underneath you can see the remnants of what looks like a little ink tablet with a quill in it, and the feathers all degraded, and all that's left is the stem. The ink itself is like hardened, and there are some things on the desk, but nothing that looks important. You probably open maybe one of the drawers on the side. You open the drawer, and you do find that there are some paperworks in there. They're old, and it doesn't look like they're well kept. So if you feel like if you touched one of the papers, it might disintegrate if you try to touch it. Perhaps if you keep it preserved, you might be able to see what's in there, but it would take you some time.
I take the cloth that I used to cover the table. I empty out the drawer's content, I slowly put the cloth on top, flip them over, and tightly wrap everything into a small bundle and slip it under the back of my orange vest. And then I rush up to join the rest.
All right. Persephone, you're running up the stairs. You get to the top. You're not even stopping at any floors. You're just going and going. And as you're going up these stairs, you do see rooms and rooms and rooms. And these are more offices. It looks like different people's offices. It looks like all these different things. And when you get to the top of the spire, there is a door. It looks like it was probably locked, but you hear as you come up to the stairs a click, like someone purposely unlocking it. And it swings open. And we're going to pan down to Bellspree. Bellspree, you are on your way. You're walking, your heels clicking along the icy floor as you're heading to the dean's office. The reflection of you kind of sparkling back upon you, and your batat flying near you. You see something rolling your direction, a ball of fur with little bits of scales, and you recognize it. It's Gwillem. Ooh, we can't hear you.
You cannot hear me. Can you
Now
hear
we
me
can.
now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Gwillem, hello.
Gwillem rolls your direction and kind of spins around your feet and pops open out of the ball and just kind of puts up one little claw shoe and waves at you. And in his mouth, along his little snout, he's holding some kind of paper. And he's wagging it in your face.
Thank you so much. And I'll grab it.
Yeah, you open the scroll and it says, "Dear Bellspree, Empress help, Grim Tower." and you recognize the handwriting as Zahir's.
I wrote this. What?
As Zahir's.
Oh, okay. As yours. I was like, what?
Oh, sorry.
Well, I wrote it specifically in Bellspree's handwriting. You don't know
That
this.
would be
It's just
hilarious.
I was like, does she think it's her handwriting? No, Zahir's handwriting.
Okay. Oh, my friends. Okay. Well,
And Gwillem kind of starts rolling, but then looking back and then roll like he's trying to get you to follow him. And then quickly, like closely behind, you see Dahlia flying down towards you. She's in the shape of a dove, and then when she lands, she looks like a fence shifter.
hello, Dahlia.
Dahlia looks worried. And kind of Gwillem and her look like they're having maybe some kind of conversation. And Dahlia starts just like flying off. And Gwillem looks at you, looks back at her, looks at you, and like starts booking it and hoping you're following. And your Batat is like,
They want us to follow. The flying one looks worried.
Yes. I hope I'm not doing the wrong decision. And I take off following our Roly friend.
Perhaps we should fly too.
If you want to give me a hand.
Well, you are a powerful witch of your own.
I can do this. I can do this. And I'm going to try and fly.
yay!
This is the perfect time for me to use my crit, I think, because I wanted to give it to Bellspree.
Ooh, all right.
Oh.
Something along the lines of like sharp or well-timed 11th hour, something, because she's always there just when we need her.
I like
I
that.
want
That's
to
cool.
put that in her personality, you know?
Awesome.
Plus, it would really help with this.
Add that to your attributes.
Okay. Would the flying, would this be creating a spell?
Yes, it would be creating a spell. And I'm not sure if you already added the 2 spells that you potentially could have, or did you just level up spells?
I leveled up spells.
Okay, cool.
Fly. Let's go. This is a level 0 because it's my first time, right?
Correct.
Please bear with me as I have not done this in a while.
I'm excited to see how you describe your flying spell if it's successful.
Yeah. Watch me just crit fail.
No, never.
The tiniest wings. They just can't.
They're the same size wings as your Batat.
Yeah, little tiny wings.
Look, we match.
Okay. So I've got Shadow Fly allows the caster to fly for a short time as shadow wings sprout forth from them.
Ooh.
So now I look at my sheet for what can help me. My well-timed feature. Thank you, Zahir. Strong-willed,
Yes.
daring, risk-taking.
Mm-hmm.
Is it nighttime?
It is not.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yes. It's like it's not dark yet. It is like getting there.
Yeah.
Dusk.
So not quite yet. My like
Mhm.
of the night sky to help me. Searching. I'm trying to find my friends.
I'll allow it for context.
Would my leadership, my new leadership trait, help here?
I don't know if that will help you in growing wings.
Okay.
If you can explain it, maybe we can.
She's the leader of the shadows, so the shadows flock to her.
She is small, which means this is probably a lot less work than someone who is like
I
Allegri.
would agree with that. Yeah, actually.
Okay, so that's +6.
Yeah. And then you are also a shadow seeker.
Plus
This is
7.
definitely a shadow spell.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Plus 7. I feel like I can't crit fail this. Oh my god. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh! Did it roll
How is
perfectly?
that physically
I don't
possible?
know what happened.
Did you
here.
add a
Oh,
plus?
you
I
put
think
a
you added a
plus.
plus.
Yeah. You
Don't add
added
a plus. You just put the number in there.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
like,
how?
how's there a 0?
Yeah, that's what I was
physically
wondering. I was like,
impossible.
Okay, sorry. 7.
oh my
It would've been
gosh!
funny.
It would have been super funny.
That would have been hilarious.
There you go.
Okay. That's more like it. All right, describe to us what it looks like as you now have wings and you can fly.
16 success. Darn.
With that 16, I'm gonna start rushing forward as I'm following my furry ball of love. And as I run, my feet just sort of like begin to touch on like little poofs of shadowy black cloud as I start running up into the air, and then suddenly these like dark black leathery wings, they're like thick smoke similar to that of my batat, spring forth from my back as I fly.
Your batat kind of flies around, like just admiring how beautiful these wings are.
Glorious. See, I knew you could do it.
Thank you for believing in me.
I always will.
And
Let's go help our friends.
the two of you fly off as you say, let's help our friends. Are you going straight to the top of the spire?
Oh gosh, it didn't really say in the note.
That's where
yes.
Dahlia's headed, if you're going to follow
Okay.
Dahlia.
Yeah.
Gwillem cannot fly, so Gwillem is doing his little roly-poly thing on the ground.
Can I pick it? Can I scoop him up? On our
Yeah,
way,
you
or-
could totally scoop him up. He's
Let's
pretty big and you're small, but I feel like maybe this could be a roll to see if you pick him up and
Okay,
are able to
sure.
carry him. Yeah.
I don't think I'm using magic for this.
No, you're just picking him up.
Okay.
Use
This
your
is
strength.
2d8. I do have enduring as a physical trait.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, let me see.
So
Gwillem's
7
feet.
plus 1 for enduring is 8.
That's a fail.
That's a
I think.
fail. I don't think I can carry him.
Oh, there is a
weak.
roll 2d8 at the top as well.
Oh, okay.
There's a way you can do it in there. I was looking to
Let's
see if there's anything else that is in your.
Also, let me look at Alec Pankrup's sheet.
Yeah, that's what I was
Heavy,
looking
-1.
Yeah.
But loves exploring. A planetary personality. Getting closer to the planets.
I don't know if there's a factor because it's not him doing it. It's
Yeah.
getting picked up.
Hmm.
If
But
he was
it's-
light or something, it would probably help.
But he's the opposite.
Yeah, he's
I
giving
mean-
you a -1 to that roll. But I was gonna see if there's other stuff about you that would help you. Because what did you add? You only added.
I added the
Enduring.
1. Enduring.
Yeah. So you're
You're
at.
daring.
Yeah, daring. So you're at a 0 at that point. But you're a leader,
risk-taking?
strong-willed, patient. You could probably take your time to like grab him. Well-timed could help you in that case. A risk taker. You don't like running and you're flying, so
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think that hinders you or helps you.
So
You're following Dahlia, who is Persephone's familiar, and you're best friends with Persephone.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that would help in picking up.
I know,
Gwillem,
but trying to.
she admires Allegory because there's strength both
Oh,
physically
yeah.
and spiritually, and I think that would be helpful. So you're at a 7. So you started as a -2, but you're at a 7. So I would say that I don't think any of the other things are going to help you here. So at the top of your sheet, there's a roll 2d8. Do that plus 7. Or not. Don't put a plus, just put 7 in the
just
box.
7. 10.
Partial.
Partial.
Okay. I think with a partial, you are able to pick up Gwillem, but it's not going to be for long. You get him. You get up halfway to the tower, and he starts slipping.
Oh, Shadow, help me! He's slipping.
Why do we have to carry him? The weakness.
Because he's part of our coven.
We should have a stronger coven then.
Well, that's me you're talking about. I'm the one failing here. You just said you believed in me. Come on.
All right then. Fair enough.
And he swoops down and tries to assist. One of his hates is weakness, so I'm sorry. I like it. He comes over and tries to assist you, and the two of you try to carry. I'm not going to make this a roll, but you do try to carry Gwillem up, and so you have like this little cat bat grabs the claws onto one of the scales and pushes really hard with his little bat wings to try to help assist in carrying Gwillem. Gwillem's like not being held great, like he could easily fall, but you're able to get to the top of the tower from there.
All right.
We're gonna.
I want to hear Gwillem's thoughts, because there's potential as you get close to the tower that Allegri would hear them.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Because we are going to go straight to a scene with Violet and Allegri as you're holding hands running up the stairs. Yeah, I think you will probably get to the top before Gwillem's halfway up, but because of the timing of everything. Mm-hmm. But I guess maybe you'd hear the end of it when Bellspree initially picks Gwillem up. Gwillem's like,
"Whee! I'm flying! Oh, I grew wings! Oh, wait, no. Thanks, Bellspree. That's helpful. All right, this is really high. Kind of cool. All right, I can see the trees from here. Oh, look, I can see where our room is. Oh, what is that thing? Oh my gosh, I'm slipping. Help, help, help! Ow, that hurts.
as the claws are like going into his scale. And I think you just hear, "Ow, that hurts," but like it doesn't sound like painful hurt. It just sounds like, and you don't get the sense that Gwillem is in danger necessarily.
No, but I told him if something hurts him, then it's bad.
That's true. That's true. But I think he can. Yeah, I think he knows what's happening here. In this case, he's not going to attack the Batad. And you hear that last bit as your Violet's like grabs your hand. Like you're already running up the stairs with Violet. You're holding Violet's hand and following Violet up the stairs. And the two of you get to the top where you can see Zahir. Zahir's eyes are filled with like tears, it looks like, and he's looking down at this desk. Do you stop and watch, or are you going to go up the stairs and follow as you can hear the footsteps of Persephone's wolf-like feet trouncing up the stairs?
Zahir, you okay? We should keep running.
You don't hear them, Zahir?
I didn't think I would.
So there was a brief pause, and Allegri will look at Violet, and if Violet gives a knowing nod, we're just going to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, does it seem like Zahir's in like a trance of some kind, or it's just kind of...
Yes, but it's something that you've seen before. You've seen him do weird crying magic before, I guess is the best way I can put it.
I've never cried during a spell before, but no, I feel like it looks like Zahir's crying, but his eyes are completely unfocused. He's not looking at any particular thing because it's all through the lens of the tears. So it looks trance-like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it looks trance-like. That's what I was thinking. But it's something you recognize. It's not trance-like like
something possessed.
Odd. Yeah.
Possession. Okay. I would.
They really wanted possession today. Before this episode, Katie was like, "Possess me." I was like, "All right."
Just a small exorcism today. So I would give a knowing nod to Allegory to keep going, and then just recognize that this is magic that Zahir does sometimes. And it's not something to be worried about.
Yeah,
100%.
and as Allegory hears Gwillem say "ow," Allegory mutters out loud, "Ow, oh."
Are you
and keeps running?
Because I would hear Gwillem as well say "ow."
You both do. And then
Yeah.
do you say anything to Gwillem in your guys' heads?
Gwillem, where are you?
I'm flying.
He just continues running, and Allegory's eyes are like really big, like, oh no.
I at least knowing if Gwillem's saying I'm flying in that manner, I feel like, oh, it's not something to worry about. So just focus on getting to the top of the stairs.
But Allegory's like, oh no, in his head because he knows how big Gwillem
Gwillem's
is.
a
and Gwillem body's
big pango bear cub.
Yeah.
And he's getting pretty big now. Like he's almost like a full-grown bear getting there. You know, he should be hibernating for the winter, but the winter came a little early. And the two of you just you kind of like look at each other, and then you just keep running up the stairs. You run, if you continue running up the stairs as fast as you can and you pass other floors, you'll see what looks like more of these strange offices, each of them decorated differently. If there's ever a point you want to stop, you can, but if you continue going up the stairs, you will eventually meet up with Persephone, which we're gonna pan back up to Persephone. Persephone, the door, you hear a click. Like it's purposely unlocked.
Can I hear anything coming from the doorway?
You put your wolf ear up near the door to listen in. You hear the swooshing of wind. It sounds like something's moving, but not like touching the ground moving, no footsteps, but something is like swaying.
Does it smell like anything, like something alive, or like weirdness, or like a person, or is it just like the absence of smell, which is even more upsetting?
You sniff. Your nose. You smell something. It smells different. It smells like death. Like something old.
Well, I'm here. I guess I should do something about this rather than running back. I'm gonna see if I can very gently nose the door open a little bit, just enough to like peek in.
You push it with your nose a little to look in, or you could possibly look in the keyhole if you want.
Oh, that's even better.
You put your wolf eye up against the keyhole. We see your little slit through the slit. And on the other side, you can smell it getting closer. Almost instantaneously, the death smells like it's right up upon you. And as you peek your eye into the door hole, another eye meets yours. But it's not an eye of a human or something that you've seen before. It looks see-through and old and dead. And it smells awful. Glassed over by ice.
I'm gonna backpedal a little bit.
You back up. You back up quickly as Violet's right behind you, and your butt kind of like hits Violet as Violet's rushing up the stairs, and Allegory right behind Violet.
Stephanie?
Something dead, bad, something real bad behind that door.
So you're in wolf form, right? So that Allegory probably can't understand you,
Allegory
right?
can't understand, but Violet can hear, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just relay what Persephone is saying to Allegory. There's something behind the door that's dead.
It smells like death. It's terrible, whatever. And it looked at me through the keyhole. I think it knows we're here.
Should we open the door?
Maybe once. We should all be here. We're going to be stronger together.
And with that, you hear the footsteps of Zahir coming up behind you. Outside, Bellspree, you fly up to the top. Dahlia perches up on the windowsill and looks inside, and she looks worried and looking back at you. Your Batat says,
There's something inside.
Could it be the evil spirit we heard about?
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe it's in the tower. Okay. And as I approach, still carrying Gwendolyn, is there like a ledge I can put him on?
yeah, Dahlia's sitting on the ledge. You can put Gwillem on that ledge.
Okay, good. And let's look in the window before I open anything.
Yeah, you look into the window, and it's all covered with ice. But as you get close and your warm breath hits the window, a little peek through opens as the heat touches the window. And we just see a little glimpse. And you can see what looks like an icy figure kind of floating back and forth. But it's see-through. Like you can see through it. Inside of the room itself, it looks like a spire tower room, something like a lookout. Doesn't look like it's meant to be used for anything other than possibly a lookout. There are what looks like some interesting devices near the windows, perhaps to see the stars. They were maybe used for that long ago, but they're old, comparatively to things that you've seen nowadays, especially as someone who is a stargazer yourself.
So this is why they've kept this place boarded up for 300,000 years. And I'm gonna look and see if I can find another window on the other side, another way to get in that's
There's
not
windows
in this
all
room.
around the spire.
Okay, great. So I'll try and shift to one that's like outside of this room. Like I don't want to go into the room with the invisible creature.
Okay, so you want to go to like the bottom floor below.
Yeah, just one down.
Yeah. You can definitely do so, but you're going to have to break into that room. People do see, like, there are some other folks who are on like these shadow guardians that are kind of flying nearby you. And one of them comes up to you as you're kind of going up to the window, and they're like,
Empress, do you need our help?
Yes, please. We're trying to find, well, I have to inspect the tower and something not so good is in there.
We've been told not to let anyone in.
Anyone but me.
All right. We can try to help you. It's boarded up right now, but
you see another person comes flying through on this other shadow dragon, and the two of them get really close to the one window. Some kind of magical breath comes out of one and out of the other, and the boards start like dissipating. The boards themselves didn't look like they were made out of wood. They looked like they were made out of some kind of magical like blockade. And they like pull it back in, and the breath gets sucked in by these shadow creatures, and the window opens and you're able to step through.
Thank you so much. Please get more help. And I'll head inside.
The two of them nod and quickly run down. There's a whole bunch of guards down at the bottom of the floor from the Order of the Flame, and there's like this whole discussion that happens down there, and an army starts marching up the stairs through this big boarded door that was once locked and guarded, and now they're they're like, all right, we're going in, I guess. And so they push in. We see a bunch of other guards, like a group of guards that were kind of in another room, come marching out, and they go into where the students' areas are, and they start trying to like not push everybody, like get people to go back into their rooms. And so like there's this whole lockdown that is happening inside of the school at the moment to protect the students. Any students that are walking around are quickly like guided back to their rooms, and we just see like a lockdown happening in the school as this other army is coming to the bottom of the stairs. You rush in, but not before the other 4 get to do their action. So now you are together as Zahir comes up the stairs.
I take off my orange vest where the papers are hiding, and I give it to Violet. Can you hold on to that for a second?
Yeah.
Break down the door, and the moment you do, I'll jump at whatever's inside. I don't think it's a friend.
For the record, the vile stuff is probably something it was consuming to be alive.
Which means that it's going to be very upset when we do it.
You know, sometimes talking can do magical wonders.
Do you really think you can talk to something like that? It was stealing life from your tree, Allegory.
Wouldn't you do the same if you were dead? Wouldn't I want to do the same to keep any of you alive?
I have an idea. But first, I have to see. You told me to let you know when I was trying to change back. I'm gonna try and do that.
You're muted, Maggie.
You try to change back. You can't.
Fine. Somebody grab the keeper's staff. Maybe whatever it is like the weeping heart and it's hurting. Maybe it needs to be saved.
Allegory, get the keeper's staff. My hands are
I'll
full.
get the door.
Oh, okay. He'll reach out his hand. Who has it? Is it Dahlia or do you have it?
I would have it. Like, I imagine I have a satchel that I've always got on me, even in like wolf form that it's in.
Okay, then Allegory would grab the staff.
You try to grab the staff, Allegory. It does not move.
I can't touch it.
What? Here, and I'm gonna hand over what Zahir gave to me to you. And I'll try to grab the keeper's staff.
You go to grab it. It doesn't budge.
Probably bound to Dahlia and, well, to you, Persephone. Give me a second. Let me try and open the door. Can I
I'm gonna shake the bag off and actually grab the keeper's staff like in my teeth.
All right. You're holding the staff in your teeth. What did you want to do, Zahir?
Can I pick the lock?
Yeah, it's not locked.
Oh. I'm going to open the door a crack and peer inside.
It's already open. Oh, no, that's right. You didn't open a crack. You looked in the peek hole. You push the door open a crack, and as soon as you push open the door, a stench of death comes fuming out. It's almost like a hiss that you hear, and this disgusting smell overwhelms you all as you all feel like you just wanted to like hurl.
You're smelly, whatever
Don't
you are.
tell them that. Actually, you know what? One second.
Hold on.
I'm gonna slip in and close the door behind me.
You
Can
slip in.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna cast my magic smell thing.
You can do that at the same time. Yeah, you can do that at the same
Save us
time.
all.
So we have, at the same time this is happening, Zahir pushes the door, gets in the room, shuts it. And I will explain what happens to Zahir in a moment. But Violet, you begin casting your spell.
I'm gonna start casting.
We're not going to roll
wafting
it. We'll just say that it happens. But yeah, it's wafting scent. Describe to us what it sounds like, or what it looks like when you do this, and what smell they smell.
It was literally like when the roses or the flowers at Rowan's bed kind of hit. So it's just like immediate, like, oh, I gotta fix this. And so it's like I put my hand out and I blow on it, like if you blow someone a kiss, but it's like droplets go out and it starts popping everywhere, and everybody starts to smell like freshly cut grass, because I couldn't think of anything faster. So I'm like, this is better than death. And so it starts to smell like freshly cut grass everywhere.
In a radius around you as you move forward, this smell, occurs. And even Zahir on the other side of the door can smell this because you're close enough to the door. But Zahir, before you see an aberration of sorts. It is like a ghostly figure. You've seen many ghosts, but this is very different than anything you've seen before. It looks like a knight made out of like some kind of ice, but like see-through, and its eyes are cold, and it looks like it's full of vengeance and hate.
Is there a lock behind me?
There is.
I lock the door.
Everyone on the other side, you hear a click as the door is locked.
I'm not here to hurt you. I thought about it, but I'm not going to. I just want to know what you're doing here, that's all.
You're too late. She's here.
And the ghost disappears from the room. Bellspree.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a message.
No!
Yay.
The message better be, congratulations, you win. Here's the
I don't
solution.
think that's what it is.
Describe
You
to
could
us,
save on your
Bellspree.
car insurance.
Describe to us, Bellspree, what happens, what you look like.
Fuck.
You
Oh, no.
see Bellspree on the side near an open window. The familiars behind them. As the wind picks up in the room, snow starts to swirl around us as the smell of the stench and the fresh cut grass intermingle. Bellspree's eyes turn with a flash of ice blue light that has this piercing energy in it as they almost like with this cracking of their body of ice, they raise their wand and they cast Shooting Star at you, Zahir. I just put it in the chat. A burst of starlight energy shoots out from your wand, lighting up the area with hues of white, lilac, and navy blue. If this spell is used against a person, the energy can stun them for a moment.
Can I
And the person... Oh, go ahead.
can I try and defend this against this?
You are downstairs. You are in the room upstairs. She's down in the floor below. Your friends are in between. So you cannot. You were in the room. You locked yourself in this room with this aberration, and the aberration disappeared. Down below, Bellspree casts this, and the person that's closest to Bellspree is Allegory.
I'm a big target.
I'll cast it at them.
All right, you cast it at them. How this game works is that the players are the only ones who roll. So we say what we're going to do. The players take their actions and defend or don't. So I'll agree. What do you do as you see Bellspree casting this at you?
Oh. Hi, Bellspree. He doesn't do anything.
Okay, then it takes effect. Bellspree, describe it.
Makes it so easy. As bright, brilliant light shoots out from my wand, encapsulating you. You get like almost thrown back against the wall, and you're stunned. You can't move. You almost feel like you can't breathe in this moment.
And Bellspree, your batat seeing this happen, its eyes also turn blue, an icy blue. The shadowy vibes on this have like almost tendrils of these icicles that crackle as it kind of flies into the room and says,
Yes, this will be so easy. The weak-willed.
and your batat kind of flies in to the room on the other side of the corner and is like a secondary eye for you, and kind of you can see through both eyes at the same time, and you can see that Violet is at the top of the stairs with Persephone, and Persephone's holding some kind of staff. You want that staff.
And I will get it. As I start moving forward, I push past Allegory, who can't do a thing, and dark energy emits from my body as I begin to cast another spell of Friends in Shadows. I create a large darkness that envelops the hallway as I continue walking up the stairs.
Violet, Persephone, what do you do?
I see Bellspree do this to Allegory immediately without a second thought. I'm gonna cast Sunfire Burst on this icy queen who's coming up the stairs.
And did I hear any of this happen?
All right, let's see if you do. I would like to give them an action, but then you can do yours after that, if that's all right.
I'd love to.
So do I need to pick things to do for Sunfire Burst?
We're going to play this a little bit more of freeform, but are you going to try to cast this at Bellspree?
Oh, 100%.
All right, go for it. Cast it.
Okay. I have discerning eyes, so I see that she's done something to Allegory, which is not normal. There's something wrong with the presentation now, so I'm like, this is a threat.
Yeah, and Bellspree doesn't, and you are insightful. Bellspree does not look like herself.
Okay.
But you don't know why that is.
Okay, and also there's, I'm scrappy, so I'm feeling scrappy at the moment. I'm anxious, so that'll take one away.
Yeah.
But I'm tenacious and resilient.
Yeah.
I admire Allegory, and she just cast this spell on
Sure.
Allegory.
You're like
I'm a
defending.
Yeah. Also, I'm worried about Persephone, who's right next to me.
Yeah, I have to say that.
I'm a Grimrose. We're in the Grim Tower.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably plenty. I have 9.
8.
I have 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Critical success.
Of course,
19.
in Violet ways, it is a crit. Describe to us what it looks like as this happens, and also give us the stat you would like to adjust on someone else.
Okay, so my spell can either distract and distort vision and or catch one item or entity on fire.
Are
So
you catching Allegory on fire?
no, I am not catching Allegory on fire. So does Bellspree look like ice?
Yes, there's usually there's like a bit of dark shadow that goes with her steps, and that has changed to have like frozen ice fractures out of every step she takes, and her eyes are a bright blue right now.
Because I'm not trying to catch Bellspree on fire, what happens is immediately I turn around, see what's happened to Allegory, see you coming towards me. I stick my hand out, a flame just shoots from my hand, and it lands, and you know how like when dynamite, there's like that trail of dynamite, it lights a circle around you, and it goes like walls of flames around you. It distorts your vision, makes you very like disoriented, and I'm hoping I want to see if it helps melt Bellspree a little bit, or does something to the ice that is now around Bellspree.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, Bellspree, you feel this warmth upon you, and you don't like it at all. It's not melting Bellspree away, but it is. She can't step through this flame.
The staff! Give it to me!
I'm gonna turn to Persephone. Should you run? Get away with that? Don't let her get this.
Where can I go? Zahir locked the door behind us and Bellspree's the other direction.
Can you use it?
I'm gonna try. And that's what I'm gonna use my action on is I don't know if this is gonna require a spell or what this is since I haven't really used the staff, but I know Bellspree. Something is wrong with Bellspree right now. And the staff is supposed to have healing properties. I'm gonna try and channel all my energy into using it to heal Bellspree of whatever it is that's ailing her right now.
Yeah. Put a spell in your book. And if it's a healing spell, it will start off with a level 1 immediately. And you will get a +1 for the staff.
So let me add a spell real quick.
Can I give my crit
Yeah.
thing quickly? I was gonna give it to Persephone and do brave.
Ooh, do you like that,
Ooh.
Persephone? Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Right. Brave.
I will add that in 1 second. I'm adding a spell.
I think the thing I might be wanting to do could help out this situation.
You will go after the two of them. So if your
Understood.
intention is to help before this spell happens, it won't. But afterwards, you can do whatever you would like.
Mhm.
You can either try to listen or, which you will be able to hear conversation that's happening, and you can hear what Violet said to Persephone, what Persephone said to Violet.
Oh, I'm gonna howl.
Ooh. Love it.
That's special spells that work as howls. You know.
Yeah. We hear a howl come
See if
from
I
the
can
other side
make
of the
it without
door.
Discord fighting me. Hold on. Give me a second.
Right. I've got a spell, but I'm not sure if it needs more nuance to it. I wrote Healer's Grace. It allows the caster holding the keeper's staff to heal one target.
Yeah, I like it. You can paste
Okay.
that in chat and we can see what happens.
Boop. Paste it in chat. All right. Now I got to figure out what I can use to make it work.
Oh, there's tons of things.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious because I'm really curious if this is going to work.
Yeah.
You're pushy. And I
pushy.
think this is pushy.
Yeah, definitely. Confident,
Mm-hmm.
nurturing,
Mm-hmm.
tolerant, because I didn't just attack her. Yes.
Protective
no,
and
maybe.
brave.
Protective and brave.
brave. Bellspree's my best friend.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot in common. Do I get the 2 points from that?
Yeah.
I like oddities, and this is definitely an odd situation I'm trying to figure out.
Sure.
You're also holding an oddity.
Right.
Yeah, you are.
You also get the
so-
bonus for the staff, which is 11.
And your own bonus for being a
Keeper.
keeper.
Keeper's disciple.
Yep, so I'm at
Wow.
12 right now.
Yeah.
There's no way you can fail this.
I think this is a crit for you.
This is
Don't
not
say
a
there's
crit.
no way you can fail this. That's how that happens.
The spellbook is chaotic, and I feel like that might be. A
Yeah,
negative.
I would allow the chaotic spellbook to apply here.
As positive or negative.
Ooh. I think I will let you tell me how that works. Because it could work
Well, it's a
negatively or
chaotic
positively.
situation that I'm in right now. I'm
Mhm.
trying to cast a spell. I can't change back right now. I'm holding a staff in my mouth, trying to make my friend better. So I can't think of a more chaotic situation.
Yeah. Maybe it feeds
So-
on the chaos.
So that pushes me to what, 13?
13, yeah.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
All right,
That's
we're ready?
huge.
I think
Here we
it was
go.
an auto crit. Yeah.
29 critical
29.
success.
That's
All right.
You rolled an 8 and a 7. You would have crit without the plus 13.
Describe to us what happens as your best friend is like overcome by something, and Violet just encases her in flames, distracting and making it really difficult for her to move. And as you try to heal her with your staff.
So the gem on the staff starts radiating this bright, rosy light, and it very much Care Bear stares directly at Bellspree and just engulfs her in this light. And it's very, to steal from something else, it makes me think of like the Beast transformation in Beauty and the Beast when he's turning back to human, like actually lifts her into the air, and it's like she's radiating this pink light as it engulfs her.
I love that. Floating in the air, Bellspree. You feel a warmth inside your heart, and it kind of like explodes, and the coldness like comes flying out of your mouth and eyes, and it's almost like this pink and blue meld together, and the spirit comes out of you and flies out the window.
Thank you. How did you know to use the staff? That was what killed this being in the past.
Wolf shrug.
Zahir, you're on the other side. You do not know what just happened. What are you doing?
I'm going to cast a spell, but it's a special wolf spell. Howl of the Predator. A shattering howl fills the air around, disrupting the thought of the wolf's prey, so long as they're close enough to hear it. And this empress is my prey. The past empress, because I figured this out at this point.
All right, let's cast
I
it.
realized she's not here. Doesn't matter. But why not, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am scarred from previous experiences with spells of this nature. And this is the kind of thing where the scarring helps. I'm self-doubting though, so that's a -1.
Yeah.
This comes from caring, because a hunt is a caring activity for a wolf. I'm susceptible. Helping
I'd
others
say
not
inquisitive
really...
would help you.
Inquisitive, thank you. I've got passionate eyes.
I think helping others will help you because you are trying to help others right now.
That is true. That is true. I do have a total lack of control going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the Grim Tower, my favorite place, because it's so feared, and this is a fearful situation.
Yes.
You also hate bullying, and this thing is a bully.
Oh, yeah.
So what is that, 8?
7 plus 8. Yeah, because you're... Oh, no, this is a pink, so 7.
Yeah, this is more of a Keeper's Decipher spell. I would have argued had I been in wolf form, it would be different, but no, I'm not. Okay, plus 7. Howl of the Predator. Let's do this. Partial success.
Ooh. It's a shattering howl fills the air around, disrupting the thoughts of the wolf's prey, as long as they're close. All right. The creature that's out the window, it's like this icy essence, like a soul of some sort, outside, pauses for a moment, looking down as you are like disrupting its mind, and it kind of freezes for a moment. We hear the clanking of armor coming up the stairs as Bellspree like lands on the ground, laying on the floor. The flames slowly going down around her, and we see Bellspree laying down on the ground, Violet and Persephone standing nearby. These soldiers coming up the room, and this is happening with Zahir. And the 3 of you, or the 4 of you, Allegory, you're no longer stunned. You see this thing kind of pause in the window outside of the spire that you're in, or the bottom floor of this, or the second floor of the spire that you're in.
Uh,
I think it's like because it's a spirit, it looks almost like staticky for a split second.
Yeah.
yeah. Allegory has a thought, and he's
Yeah,
just
what
gonna
would you like
say
to
to he's gonna cast Ghost to a Flame.
Like it. Paste that in chat.
Yeah. It's draw a visible spirit to a lit flame, such as a candle, and allows them to speak to the caster and friends for a time long enough to answer one question.
All right. Let's see how it goes.
All right. So, Allegory was also going to say, he was saying out loud, I have an idea, if you were willing to help, to Violet and Persephone.
If you tell me what you're doing, I will help.
It's
I'll
Ghost to a
nod.
Flame. So you would recognize it because we literally did it earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I would just immediately start helping, doing a coven cast.
All right.
All right. So for this, I would have.
Is Bellspree able enough to coven cast with our friends? Because she's part of our coven.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm unconscious or not.
You're alive, but it's more of a matter of like, is it the first thing you're gonna do? Get up and do that? I don't know. That's up to you.
I think I would. I think as this is happening around me, I always want to help my coven. I'm sorry, everyone. Here, and I add my energy to the group.
Yes. Should I go first, just to knock it
Go
out?
for it.
Okay. I have discerning eyes, so I'm discerning the situation is dire and needs to be dealt with.
Sure.
Okay. I'm scrappy, and this is a situation where I feel like we're trying to get stuff done quick and dirty. Insightful, but I'm anxious, so I'll take insightful away. I'm tenacious, so I'm very motivated to get this Ghost to the Flame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say this, but I'm considerate. Would that take away one because it's not considerate to the ghost?
Probably, yeah.
I'll take one away.
How dare you be mean to the How dare you be
Listen.
mean to this evil ghost?
I'm considerate, okay? I'm resilient, so I'm not phased by everything that's just transpired.
Mm-hmm.
I admire Allegory. I'm helping Allegory with this spell.
Mm-hmm.
Grimrose. We're in the Grim Tower. I mean, I probably can't add the others, even though they're all here, right? For the coven, like Persephone.
Yeah, it's,
or
no,
okay.
This is Allegory's spell that you're assisting, so.
Okay. Also, my house is empty, old, in a castle, and this is part of a castle.
Well, it's part of I don't know if it's a castle
Or-
necessarily, but we could.
Yeah.
It's similar.
It's castle-like.
Yeah, it's castle-like.
Castle-esque.
We can say 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus
So
8.
8. 17 success.
17 success. That's a +1. Who else is assisting with this?
I am.
All right.
So let's see. I've got curious, pushy, confident because I've done the spell before. Brave. Wood protective because I'm trying to protect my friends.
Yeah.
Oddities. I worry about Allegory. I'm worried about the spell being enough for this. 7.
I mean, you're nurturing, and this is nurturing a flame to keep it awake enough.
Yeah. So 8. I think it's gonna be 8.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Partial success at 12.
Partial. Still a success.
Yep, spent all that juice on the crit.
And speaking of the crit, you wanted to add guarded to Bellspree?
Yeah.
Bellspree, you okay with that?
Ooh. Yeah.
Since you were taken over, it seems like you'd maybe be a little more guarded about things afterwards.
Totally. That works out really well.
All right, Bellspree, you said you're also helping with this. So what do you think will apply for your casting of it?
Yes. As I've been knocked and drained, my enduring physicality comes through. I'm daring, strong-willed, well-timed. Risk. Would this be a risk? Risk-taking?
How so? Well, I guess maybe you're like risking, you're trying to see if you can put the spirit into this thing. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you're risking interacting with the spirit that just possessed you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I admire Allegory because of their strength, so I'm sort of relying on him. That's 6.
All right.
I think that might be it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Success!
14. A success. +3. Allegory to your roll.
+3. All right. Oh, so for me, starting with the +3,
Mm-hmm.
I have persuasive, inventive,
Mm-hmm.
inquisitive. I like closeness, and I'm casting with my coven.
Mm-hmm. You're insecure though.
Yeah, so that's a negative one. I hate discord, and I feel like that's what's happening right now between us and the ghosts, is there's fighting.
Yeah.
And so this is removing that, so that's back up to a +4.
We're plus
7 now.
Which,
Yeah.
7.
+7 total.
Yeah.
I taught you the spell, and you're my best friend.
Yeah, I was gonna add that.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it an 8. I'm worried about Persephone, and I feel like we're all in danger right now.
Okay.
And I admire Violet, and she's working with me in the Coven cast.
Sure.
That puts me at 10.
Mm-hmm.
My family is valiant, and I feel like this is kind of a valiant action.
Yeah.
So that's 11.
I will say that there's
And
an
it's
army heading up
orange.
the
It
stairs.
is very much a. Oh well, Order of the Flame, so not gonna help you.
This is a public speaking thing, isn't it? Because there's an army coming up.
Yeah, there is.
So
I'd
back
agree
to
with
10.
that. Back down to 10.
I was also going to physically use my overgrown. I'm actually going to use my vines on myself to be the candle.
Vines on yourself to be the candle.
Basically lighting myself on fire.
Oh my god.
No!
I don't know how you would be the candle. That's my only.
It doesn't have to be a candle. It says such as a candle, a lit flame.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So
you're
I'm-
using the end of your
Yes.
like.
Zahir usually doesn't light himself on fire. He uses the candle.
He's lighting
Right.
his finger on fire. It's fine, guys.
So 11.
How far he's come.
So we're at 11, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Here we go. Crit 21.
Ooh. Engine with a 21. All right. Describe to us what happens, and you can think on who you'd want to give a thing to.
Sure. Allery draws a circle in the dust on the ground and sits in the center of it. You see for the first time Allegory using fire as a part of a spell that he is actually leading. And with a snap of one hand and a little bit of ground vine shooting out of his index finger on his left hand, his finger lights like a candle. And the dust kind of starts to glow around him as he starts just being completely tranquil, sitting still with his eyes shut.
Yeah, with your eyes shut, sitting still, you're a little flame on your fingertip that's overgrown, made out of like, it's kind of got some plants on there. You feel, and everyone else can see the spirit being like pulled towards the flame, and it kind of passes like right above you. Bellspree, as you're like laying on the ground, and it lands on the fingertip of Allegory. Your finger feels cold. The flame turns icy blue. You can each ask it a question with a crit, except for Zahir.
I unlock the door and join them, but I won't ask anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you unlock the door and you come down the stairs Zahir, and you can see kind of what has ensued. There's an army coming up the stairs, like a couple of them. They immediately rush over to Bellspree and help you up. And they're kind of like watching as this is occurring.
Here's growling at this thing that he's declared prey.
There's a low grumble that happens, but everything else feels almost too quiet. Who will be the first to ask a question?
I'll ask it the first question, if that's okay.
Allegory will go last.
I will simply just look and say, why are you doing this?
I deserve this. I am the Empress.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but you're not the Empress anymore. What can we do to help you find peace?
Give me your body.
Chance. I think I moved to physically protect Bellspree.
Yeah, you get in a defensive stance. Do you transform or do you stay?
I think I do transform, but not the way I normally do. My chest bulges out, my arms crack and like sinew snaps. As I stand taller than I do before, my fingers pulled out to wicked talons, half man, half wolf, all angry.
An intimidating Zahir stands in front of you, Bellspree, protecting you. 2 soldiers at your side.
I guess it's up to me to ask a question. What is your weakness?
I have no weakness. Other than... I am trapped in this spirit realm. Not for long. Mark my words. I will find a way to return.
Maggie, I messaged you.
Oh.
Because I had an idea and I want to know if it'll work before I ask this question. Otherwise, I'll ask a different question.
I don't know what the question is exactly.
It's basically a question that doesn't have a correct answer. It's impossible to answer. So the idea was to try and make it be trapped because it's long enough to answer a question, but it cannot answer this question.
I don't know what the question is, so I don't know if it'll trap it, but you can try.
Okay.
You can certainly try. I'm like, I don't understand what this is that you're saying.
That's
Okay.
fair. You have answered all of my friends' questions, and I would thank you for that, but I don't think that would mean anything because I'm a liar. And lying's telling you false information. Or maybe I am telling the truth, but I'm a liar. But do you believe me? Because if I'm a liar, then by saying I'm a liar, if I'm lying, then I'm really telling the truth and I'm not a liar. But if I'm telling the truth, then I'm lying about being a liar. So, do you believe me?
I just cocked my head and looked very confusedly at Algri.
I believe nothing any of you say will be the truth. I am the only one who knows what truly is the truth. I am the true Empress. I will rule over all of you someday, once again, and you
Start
will
muttering
pay
something.
for what you've done.
You need to relax. I'd like to cast a spell.
What would you like to cast?
Tranquil Stone. I start muttering. This stone represents my calm heart.
All right. Cast the spell.
Alrighty. Let's see how well this goes. I'm self-doubting. So that's a -1 right off the bat. I don't think Inquisitive's going to help here. I'm caring. Got a lot of heart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trustworthy. Does that help?
Yeah.
Susceptible. I like helping others, and this is helping people.
Mm-hmm.
I hate bullying, and this woman is a bully.
Oh, yeah.
And I come from a caring, demanding family.
How would that help with
Because the amount of times
tranquility?
I've had to control my anger a lot.
All right.
And I'm relaying that. This is the Grim Tower. It's my favorite place. Because
Your
it's
best
fear.
friend's very tranquil.
So helpful, I'll agree.
You're welcome.
I mean, I'll agree is my best friend, and he did cast the previous spell, but I don't think that helps.
No, it's not going to help you in this person.
I come from a haunted house. I've dealt with ghosts before.
You have dealt with ghosts before.
So 8. 8 is what we're looking for. Let's do this. Any other recommendations, folks, or are we going with 8? Going with
Do
8.
your 8.
14 success.
All right. Describe to us what it looks like as you pull out this stone and you are casting this spell.
I start breathing slow. It sounds more like huffs coming out of this wolf man's mouth. I reach into a pocket because my clothes did kind of shred on me and pull out a small stone. I grumble so quietly almost no one can hear it as she goes on her ridiculous monologue. I try to focus and then I shove it right in her. Like I push my hand through the ghost, right where her heart should be, and open my hand to let out the stone. I say, you need to calm down.
As the spirit leaves your fingertip, Allegri, and the your fingertip is icy cold, almost blue. The spirit kind of flings forward, and just as it does that, Zahir shoves this inside of the spirit itself, and Zahir, your hand gets enveloped in icy coldness and starts almost, it's very, very cold. Like if you've ever shoved your hand in snow before or held an ice cube, it just, you feel this freezing of your hand, but you hold the stone inside of it. And it crackles. Her eyes, this blue filled with vengeance, calm. The soldiers immediately go up to the window. The two shadow drake looking creatures breathe upon the window, encompassing it again. So it's locked up.
Don't you want to let go? You fought long enough, haven't you? All you have to do is let go. That's how you find peace.
The creature sways slowly. The ice kind of almost melting, and you see a semblance of that weeping flame that you once knew, especially as you hold this stone in there. And you almost feel like there's two souls that are inside of this body. And the ghost, little tears come down, but they never hit the ground. They just freeze in place.
Come on, friend. It's been long enough. I slowly shift back into my human form. You've held out for this school. You've held out for everything. She's waiting for you. You gotta let go. You can't let this thing take control of you. Come on, I had you in here. I had you right here. Right here. Right where I'm holding this stone now. I know how you feel. All you gotta do is let go. And you're free.
The flame flickers inside. You see almost like inside of this ghost is a little flicker. And it flicks twice. And it disappears. And all that is left is the ghost of a fairy that you see before you. It shrinks down. And it's almost the same size as your fist with the stone.
I lean in close. You get to let go too. Or you get to pick the option I actually like. You don't get to go free. No, you stay here trapped, watching the world move on without you. Just another ghost of the Grim Tower. Powerless, pointless, forgotten. Your choice.
As the calmness washes over this fairy, you just hear her say,
I just wanted them to love me.
and the fairy disappears. Pixie dust just left, trickling over your hand.
Hi, Bellspree. How's been, Empress?
Well, I hope I never get like that.
oh, everything hurts.
I'm sorry, everyone. I had no control over myself.
No, it's... Wait, what happened? Wait, that was you? You did that?
I got stunned. That's a cool spell, Bellspree.
Thank
Although
you.
it hurt a little bit, but it's okay.
Sorry.
Well, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have let her go find peace. I would have, done a stone of stuck here in your own machinations.
But you did the right thing.
Persephone goes over and snuggles up against Bellspree.
Hey, bestie. I just put my weight on you.
Let's all go to the room. Let's all go to our room, I'll agree. I mean, after all, we got something to show them. We could breathe there for a little bit.
the soldiers kind of stand at attention to Bellspree.
Please inform the dean of what has occurred here. And I am hopeful that the tower will not need to be a prison any longer.
Also, tell her to please not expel me.
They nod, and you hear the soldiers kind of walking down the stairs, marching off. One of them kind of stays back a little bit for a moment, but then seeing that everything's okay, will go down the stairs, but waits to make sure that Bellspree's okay.
Violet, did you say that you had the vials?
Yeah, I didn't get into any sort of tussle, so like they're not broken. But I feel first to be like, oh, did any of these break? And they didn't. So then I'll pull out like, I feel like, how a magician just keeps pulling things out. I just keep pulling vials out.
Yeah.
I grabbed a bunch.
Perhaps, and I gesture to the last guard that's remaining. These are what was being siphoned from the Elder Elm. Would you be able to reconnect them?
We can try, ma'am.
I can separate the stuff, but it kind of falls apart.
I think let's let the nurturing spirits as a whole take a look at him first.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the vials and begins taking them down to the nurturing spirits.
We need to make sure that the tree's okay. Maybe the staff would help Persephone, although...
I'll agree. We need to... That rose is not going to wait forever.
What is it? Okay.
It needs all of us, remember? We all decided that. That includes Bellspree, and we don't know how long we have her here, so... Plus, honestly, I could use a change of clothes.
Well, maybe we do that and go to the tree with the...
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Come on, Bellspree. It's been a while. You know where to go, right?
As the five of you begin walking to the dorm room, you're heading to Zahir and Allegre's room, correct? Because that's where the rose is. On the way, you're stopped. Specifically, Violet, you hear someone kind of shouting to you, and they're like,
Hey, Violet.
No. There's a moment happening here. You seriously gonna? Fine. Violet, can I have my vest back?
Yes. Well, I gave it to Allegre.
What?
I tried to grab the staff.
What is that?
I
just need a
rifle
moment.
through the pockets. You don't need a moment. I need a moment. I rifle through the pockets.
Zahir, what are you doing?
Just wait. Okay?
Jeez.
It was supposed to be nice. It was supposed to be in front of the rose. Apparently, it's not happening now. So just let me focus.
Rowan.
Remember, the cauldron? And we were all supposed to pick out a pendant from that. Mine's made out of topaz because it's orange, yada, yada, yada. I realized you didn't get yours because you got a rose instead. So I thought if I could contact the right people, it's a ruby. And it's not well packed compared to everything because it's kind of like a last minute decision. There's a brown paper package wrapped up with tape. And underneath the masking tape, it's Violet, will you go to the dance with me? And there's a ruby on a gold chain right in the middle. I figured I'd make you one of your own because you're part of our coven.
Oh my, you did this for me?
Yeah.
This is beautiful. And I immediately start putting it on. Yeah, I would really like to go to the dance with you.
Oh, thank goodness.
Rowan, I'm
man?
sorry.
Rowan turns around and there's a whole group of students that are standing behind him.
It's off, man. She already got asked.
Were you gonna do like a dance thing?
Yeah, and I painted a sign, and I had a song that I wrote.
Can I still see it? That sounds fun.
That'd be weird, dude.
Only if you make it weird, dude.
It's already weird.
Rowan like puts his hands up in the air and he just like walks away. And you see the spooky friends kind of all just like congregating together, and they're like reassuring him that it's okay.
I feel like awkward about it. Yeah, that was because I know it's already awkward, and so it's just like, and everybody's watching that Zahir just asked me, so I feel like weird. I thank you for this. I'm excited to
Me
go
too.
with you.
Yeah. I was gonna wait for the right moment, but then we got caught up attacking a freezing empress. This way.
All right.
Maybe next time, Zahir, you should plan ahead.
Seriously, Allegory?
Just saying.
You know, I love you, but you are really pushy sometimes.
The 5 of you arrive in the room. 2 of you now have a date to the dance. And Zahir, you pull out the plant that is in this warming pot that you and your mother crafted magically together.
So, back when we had the golden seed and we planted it in the cauldron, you didn't get to see it, but remember I cast a spell and we saw the rose bloom with all colors, Bellspree. It's real now. And I think it needs all of us to be here for some reason. Because when I get close to it, the petal turns orange, and when Allegory comes close to it, the yellow petal starts to sparkle.
Fascinating.
Persephone, Violet, want to come close?
Should
Yeah.
we all hold hands in a circle and sing Kumbaya?
I don't know the lyrics to that song.
But we can hold hands.
Sure.
At that suggestion, you probably realize that Persephone is still in wolf form, and she kind of puts her ears back. Whenever
Paws
and they're like,
count
we
as-
should hold hands, and it's like,
You put your paw up.
Paws count as hands.
Can I mentally say something to Persephone really fast?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
wanna be
Persephone
like-
can understand all of you, just
Yeah.
only you can understand her.
I don't want anyone else to hear it.
Oh.
Wow.
I do feel like I understand enough of Persephone's body language, though.
That's true. Yeah, you would get the body language part, and maybe even Allegory being like a nurturing spirit. Yeah, we'll say that you could try to. Maybe it's a spell that you cast that you do a mental message.
Maybe it's like a different version of like Dreamwalker, but it's like just a thought.
Yeah,
I don't know. So
we won't make you
I'm
cast it
Thought-walker.
in like a spell form, but we'll say that it occurs. Sure.
I'm just gonna say, why haven't you changed back yet?
I'm stuck.
I don't know what to say.
Are we going to the tree?
1 second, let's just all get together and see what happens.
And instead of like actually saying words, I tried to send a comforting feeling mentally to Persephone, so that I don't know the right words to say right now, but it kind of like
It's like a mind hug.
you're not alone. Yeah, like you're not alone. Here's a mind hug. We'll figure it out.
And Persephone just nods her head.
As
With
we
ev-
all get around the flower,
Oh, go ahead.
as we all get around the flower, I'm going to look to all of us and say, you're all my pack. You know that, right? All you. Okay, that's enough emotions for today.
I was gonna say
No.
you're on my pack too.
Persephone's the wolf.
Rolls her eyes.
A coven through and through.
And as you all hold hands or pause and you say these kind words to one another, The rose itself starts glowing, all of the petals, different colors, and it kind of spins around. And you all feel this warmth over your body as you can feel it, almost like the smell of a rose encompassing your nostrils. And each of you is going to have a little bit of a magical girl moment. You have a couple options here. One is the Grimrose is now unlocked. You could choose that and change your rose to that. That will give you a +1 to all if you choose that. Or you can double down on your spirit of who you've been, the arcane rose that you have been your entire life so far, and you'll get a +3 if you choose that specific rose type. For Violet, you could choose a different rose color if you wanted. Or you could say Grimrose, and you will get a +2 to all.
I guess if I go first, I would just double down on my Grimrose because I feel like the last bit, she has grown so much in her identity, and this has been like a big mystery. And as she's figured herself out, it's become kind of cemented in who she is. So instead of fighting it and trying to figure it out and why am I like this, just kind of embracing like this is who I am, and I'm going to accept that and just channel the power versus resisting it.
What does it look like as you transform even further into like your next evolution of being a witch, a more powerful witch? Is there some kind of element to you that changes forever? Is it just within your soul?
It's very subtle, but I like to imagine the flower kind of like a pollen puff comes out and it swirls around me and turns a deep, deep red and just kind of dances around me. And then in her green eyes, there's little flecks of red that if you look close enough, you can see them glinting in the light.
Ooh, add that to your character sheet. I like that. Who would like to go next?
Well, Allegory is going to double down. He's all about that nature life.
Yeah.
And so on him, he almost becomes even more plant-like. He's already overgrown, but things kind of have buds and blossom a little bit. And I think it's fair to say that if possible, his eyes will change from delicate to nurturing.
Sure, change it.
Somebody clip that.
He's like, I'm getting ready to use that nurturing.
Well, I'm definitely going to double down.
You also have another option. You
Oh.
could choose to stay in a wolf form or go back to your human form.
Break the curse?
And break the curse. But if you choose the wolf form, you may have to go to the realm of the fen shifters with your father.
If she chooses the human form, can she ever shift again?
No.
No.
Oh boy.
And I can't pick a middle ground. Somebody else go, I'm thinking.
Bellspree takes a moment. They look at their spell book, which is ancient and familial, and yet so much of themselves has changed since being with the Coven. She's a shadow seeker through and through, but being with this Coven and being with the Grimrose has had a lasting effect, and I think they're going to change and take on the Grimrose as well.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right. The second Grimrose to exist in 300,000 years. Which means that you, your lineage can now also have Grimroses. Zahir?
Zahir thinks about it for a split second. Because there are spells from all kinds of roses that he uses regularly. And there are spells of his own that he's shifted and twisted to be about something else. Not just about fire and water. Maybe he can turn the Order of the Flame into something different. So for now, the scars on his body start to weep water as they have before. His eyes turn orange and flicker like fire. And then the scars almost look like lava for just a split second.
Ooh.
As I will double down on being Order of the Flame in the intent to change it one day.
Nice. Persephone with the hardest decision.
I think that I still have hope that there's another way to break the curse that doesn't involve having to stay one or another for forever. She's gonna stay in wolf form and figure that out with the help of the people around her, because if she can find another way back, then that means there's more hope for her father to find a way back too.
Yeah. With a sense of hope, she stays in her wolf form. But what about her magic? What arcane path does she choose?
She doubles down on where she's been. You know, that's served her very well, being a keeper's disciple, and especially she still has the keeper's staff, and she's hopeful that maybe there's some secrets with that will help her going forward.
And there we have it. Does anyone else invite anyone else to the dance?
Technically, Allegory had sent a letter since right when the dance was announced. And Allegory had asked Bellspree to the dance.
I think you see if we're like getting ready, Bellspree like takes those two matching flower boutonnieres and is bringing them up to the room to give one to Allegory and pin one on themselves as well.
All right. And everyone enjoys a lovely dance as the school is saved. Everything seems great and wonderful in the land of Imbrivar. The tower itself looks like they are starting to fix it up and potentially reopen it for the first time in a long time. And perhaps someday there will be some Grimroses who will shine amongst all the witches in the lands and become teachers and faculty of their own. And you know, maybe we'll see Violet or Bellspree as a teacher someday here in the tower as it's getting cleaned up. The tree is not going to weep anymore. It doesn't necessarily live forever, but it does look like life is coming back to it again.
We, as a coven, after the dance, go back to the tree and plant the Grimrose, the rose we built, underneath its roots.
Oh, well, you consumed it.
You
your
consumed
magic.
it. Oh, next.
The rose is gone.
It was yummy.
I think
Not physically ate it, but maybe Allegory tried. That was how Allegory transformed. Is Allegory just took the petal and ate it? I love that idea.
love that.
Maybe that was your magical girl transformation. But I love the idea of you guys going down to the tree. I think that's great. Do you want to say final words maybe at the tree?
I wonder where the worm is.
I like to think they're still inside, just reading and writing books.
Been a wild year. Honestly, I hope I can come and actually take more classes. Being the Empress is cool, but I miss being with you guys.
And
Yeah,
you're Grimrose now.
Yeah, you are. I never thought that Tranquil Stone spell would actually come in handy.
Oh, when you're anxious, it helps a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, like, anxiety versus dissipating an evil empress. Like, those are two different things, you know what I mean?
That is true.
Just goes to show that I should, school teaches you something. There's a moral here somewhere.
You know what my next project is? Finding a way to make a permanent portal so Persephone can visit whenever.
That would be awesome.
I wonder what it takes to make a new rose.
Persephone, any final thoughts in your mind that you say as you're watching your friends?
Next year is going to be a hell of a year.
And with that, a book closes and a little worm moves along a tunnel.
And that's the story of the Grimrose.
And we will end the Grimrose Academy. Thank you all so much for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful time, that you enjoyed the story as these players told it. I always knew the bookworm would be at the end because this is their story and he's writing it. So thank you all for watching. Reminder that we do have a Santa RPG show coming literally tomorrow, if you're watching this live, which is very exciting. It will be Sunday, December 18th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific. Please come tune in. It's going to be a wild anime in the North Pole, a little bit more chaotic than probably this, as well as just madness occurs in that game. And of course, we will be sending over ourselves to check out Shadow of Sybil after this. It's going to be episode 2 of that. So we hope that you will enjoy that as we host them. And the VOD will be up over on our YouTube channel. Of course, this will be up on our YouTube channel. We hope you follow us in all the places. If you head on over to our Patreon, that's the best way to support us, as you get some cool rewards in return. Like right now, you can head on over and check out the Santa RPG characters. You can also check out our holiday surprise if you're quick, because that's going to be locking up here soon. I believe we're going to be sending it probably tomorrow. And of course, we are going to go do a live after show right after this. It might need to be a little quick because I'm not sure how much time everybody has. We went a little over to wrap up the story. So we definitely hope you check that out. And of course, you can become a Twitch sub right here on Twitch and get access to our emotes or the VOD in advance. You can head on over to our YouTube and become a YouTube member and get access to some of our emotes over there. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon, you get access to our private Discord, where I'm certain there's going to be a lot of discussion. Some of you were right on the money in regards to what your theories were, which I thought was really cool that you picked up on it. Also, I implore Violet to go read the books that I gave her, because there's a chapter in there that basically told you what was going to happen here.
I tried to read a little bit.
Read that chapter. Go read that chapter again. We can talk about it in the after show. And of course, we hope that you all are excited for 2023. I know we are. Keep an eye on our social, as we have a lot of cool things planned. But before we head on to our after show, we're going to take a little break. But I'd love for these lovely folks to be able to tell you where you can find them at and check out all of their other magical content in other spaces. So to kick things off, we will welcome our guest, Bellspree, played by Shar. Thank you, Shar, so much for joining. Thank you for being willing to be the enemy. I was like, are you okay with this? You won't really be the enemy, but and she was totally down. So thank you so much. Where can people find you at when you're not
It was such a blast.
betraying your friends? No, I'm just kidding.
You can find me betraying other people over on Tabletop Titties as the GM of our D&D show, and I'm a main character for our Vampire the Masquerade show. That's live on Twitch twice a week, Tuesdays and Wednesday evenings. Otherwise, you can find me. I do a few things on Roll For It. I'm going to be on the Santish RPG tomorrow. And Drinking and Screaming is my queer and feminist horror movie review podcast, where every week we watch a different film and create a cocktail or mocktail to match its mood and themes. So find me everywhere at Charlene Bayer.
Awesome. We've Allegory, played by Apocalypto 12. Where can people find you at when you are not lighting yourself on fire?
And asking paradox questions.
It was a clever idea, but the spell wasn't that it had to answer truthfully.
I know, but I thought it could work, and I thought
Void of
that's how
Honesty, you
Allegory's
could have got
brain
it there.
would work. Oh, that would have been great. Yeah, good point. Damn,
It's okay.
I
It
should've
worked
went
out.
You can find me on my podcast called Go My Favorite Sports Team, which now is releasing full episodes on YouTube, recapping the entire first season. So it's going through every episode, dropping 2 videos a day. That's youtube.com/GMFST. But you can follow me everywhere as Apocalypto_12. And I'm sad that this is over, but I am happy that it happened because this cast is wonderful, each as individuals and together making a beautiful story.
Such a beautiful story. And of course, Persephone, played by Strange Like That. Where can people find you at when you are not making very, very difficult decisions on whether you stay in one realm or another?
Well, you can find me in all the realms as at Strange Like That. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Hive, TikTok, my website, etc. ad nauseum. You can also find me over at 12-Sided Stories, which is a podcast that is fully produced with sound effects and music. And right now we are dropping episodes of Unquiet Blood Hellfire, a game of Vampire 5e that I GM'd.
And Zahir, played by Werewolf, Feels. Where can people find you at when you are not locking yourself into rooms?
I mean, I'm locked into a room right now. Does that count? I do it for the sound reasons. Hi, my name is Nordine Likadir, and you can find me being my normal queer-ass self practically anywhere on the internet under the term Werewolf Feels. Literally anywhere. Hive's back, so there's that. If you want to see me roleplay a bit more, there's only one other project that I'm currently in, and I think that's, I don't know, 2023 may hold secrets, but not for me right now. That is the Atomless podcast. There's a couple big news changes that we'll be announcing in the new year, but for now, I'm going to whisper them to you in secret. We're going to start our own Atomless YouTube to store all of our previous VODs, and we're going to start streaming them on Momo O'Brien's Twitch channel. That's Momo_O'Brien instead of the Welcome In. Of course, the podcast version is where the podcast version always is. I play an Efreet with a sad, rebellious past. Also, I'm a TTRPG cultural consultant, sensitivity consultant, designer, writer. You can find more information about that over on my socials. There's some announcements coming up on that end, but for now, I'm under some strict NDAs, so that's it from me.
And last but not least, we have Violet, played by Katie Play. Where can people find you at when you are not, wow, there's a lot that happened. Stealing vials and, I don't know. What else have you been up to? Yeah. Dating werewolves and making sad, spooky kids. Poor Rowan.
Yeah,
breaking
sorry,
hearts.
Rowan. It sounded like a real nice. What is it called when a flash mob? It sounded like a wonderful flash mob.
He did. He had a whole flash mob planned. He had a sign.
I respect it. I appreciate it. But I had to
don't.
go with Zahir. You didn't. I'm Katie Peters Plays. You can find me on Twitch at Katie Peters Plays and on Twitter and Hive at Play Katie Play. I have a podcast called Katie Hasn't Seen That. We're in the second season. An episode just came out last Thursday. I watched Hackers for the first time. And upcoming in the new year, I will be on the second season of Dragon Riders over on Sheepy's channel. So I'm looking forward to that. So keep your eyes peeled, and hopefully there's lots of fun things up and coming in 2023 for all of us. And I love doing the show with all of you. Thank you for helping craft a really amazing story together. I love
You
it.
guys are amazing. It has been quite a lovely story. And of course, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all the places. We hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful time. We're going to take a short break, and then we will be back for a little after show and then VTM action. So thank you so much. We shall see you in the new year.